¿Cómo te trató Jason? Justin. How did he treat you? Justin.
They don't understand shit. I was fucking plain and clear with the questions that I was asking, and they keep on thinking that I was trying to nag about something. So I kept on stopping them and saying, just, that's not what I'm asking. Just listen to what I'm asking you. Do you guys have a nominating committee? They're like, no, there's no nominating committee. I'm like, okay, so do you guys have a list of candidates? It's like, there was a list, there was a packet sent out where you could put yourself, if you wanted to write somebody else in and this, and I'm like, no, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, do you guys have a list of candidates to select from? No, but we sent out a list, and in the list it had a paper with 3 blank spots, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
so that list, did you guys receive any response from any of the packets that you sent out? Oh no, but this is an example, and this is my list, and I'm like, yo, I'm not asking you about your list. I'm asking you if the ones that you shipped out, if any of them came back in, and if anybody filled out the 3 names, that would basically put everybody on a list who was nominated and making a list of candidates. So,
All right, so now we're going to start.
All right. Good evening, folks. We're going to get started. The only purpose here today is to run the election. My name is Jose Torres. I'm from Nueva Garcia Torres. I'm just here to help supervise, guide, etc. There's 3 positions that are up for election tonight. So what I'm going to do at this time is, if there's anybody who's present tonight who wishes to nominate themselves or anyone else as a candidate, you can do so now. So if you want to raise your hand, if you want to nominate anybody or nominate yourself, now's the time. Are there any nominees? Does anybody want to nominate anybody?
I don't want to nominate. I just have one question.
Yeah.
Is there 3 positions because there's just a vacancy on the board?
No, there's 3 positions because they're staggered terms, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Staggered terms for 2 years. So this year there's 3, and then next year there'll be 2 vacancies, right? Okay. So there's 3 vacancies this year. So does anybody? Okay. Does anybody want to nominate? Nobody. Okay. Oh, okay.
I want to nominate myself, Carlos Arroyo.
Carlos Arroyo. Okay.
Dolores.
Dolores. And does anybody else?
I want to nominate Damien Cortez, who
The same place.
has texted that he is working.
Yeah, he's actually working, he has a deal going on, he's a car salesman, and he's doing a deal in Cali. He's running with.
Anybody else? Anybody?
Yeah. Just a question, because I had asked them, and they told me to ask you since you're the attorney involved. With the packets that were received back, that were mailed out, have any of them been sent back with the 3 slots filled out with whomever's name, making a list of candidates available, besides the ones that are going
Have
to
you received back any with names? You're saying
correct? Like I was mentioned, or I was told that you guys sent out packets of the elections to everybody. So I was just asking whether or not if you guys received any of those in return with the names filled out to constitute a list of candidates. No.
Was
0.
Mail was sent out? Correct. And nothing was received back?
So, okay.
Pursuant to them,
180 out of 0.
I want to ask you a question. I believe I spoke to you or wrote to you, Mr. Torres. I'm Gil Garcia. Right now, as we had spoken before, the bylaw states specifically that there's a nominating committee that is required, not an option, but it's required in order to conduct this type of elections itself. The reason for that being is because for the past 11 years, as you can see, this has been a selective board. I have nothing against the board. I'm not talking about the board. I'm talking about the elections. As a matter of fact, I'm glad they're there. I was fighting against the previous board that was there before. So I have nothing against them. I'm happy that they're doing the job they're doing. But if we got to follow the bylaws of our community, we got to follow it. You guys got to follow it. Okay? That's the whole rule. You had mentioned that in 720, we have the option, not the requirement, but the option to nominate ourselves here on the floor, which is true. But a nominating committee is a requirement. Now, I don't know if you know the past of this association before, but this was already brought in court, okay? And they ruled on it, and they had to do a re-election again. My question to you is, there's a notice of violation towards the elections, and it hasn't been answered. I mean, you did answer it through an email, but an official one hasn't been answered. One is, are you going to answer it, number one? And two, if it continues, you know it's going to end up in the DBPR. You have mentioned that the DBPR may not even look at it or whatever, but they have already in the past. Why go, if we are taking this association that has gone through some hardship in the past, okay, that has broken all the rules in the book, and we're trying to get it back together again, little by little, I think we need to start with the elections, okay? So, for the records, whoever's writing the minutes, okay, I want to place that I'm in protest of these elections itself, okay? So, what would you say about answering the notice of violation? And they know about the notice of violation because the board is supposed to inform everything to the membership.
The notice of violation, you're talking about your letter? Or
Which, by the way, I also have a cam also, so just in case.
The notice of violation, you're talking about the letter you sent objecting to the procedure for the election.
Mhm.
That's that right? Right. That's the notice of.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my response, if I were to send it on my letterhead, would be no different than what was emailed, but I can, if you want an official response, I can provide that as long as the board.
Well, I mean, I could use it.
But just to answer your question, I mean, yeah, you're right, the bylaws do require.
Thank you.
A nominating committee, but if no nominating committee can be created, because my understanding is there was no interest in creating that nominating committee, you can't then just say, well, we're not gonna have an election.
I understand. Who informed you that no nominating committee, anybody was interested? So it could be on the records also.
Of course, that's been my understanding in conversations with.
Affinity, was it Affinity who informed you that nobody was interested in a nominating? Okay. All right, well, just please have that for the record as well, okay? Because Affinity does not have the authority to make decisions based on
membership.
On the committee itself. They have no authority unless there's a meeting with the minutes that approves him to talk, and he knows because we already been through this round already in court. So that is, that is false information. Just for the
I
record.
mean, I can't say this, that's your, and I respect that you know that.
Okay.
But here's the thing with the nominating committee. When you read the bylaws,
Yes.
you're right, it is required.
Yes.
But in practice, this is actually fair and more transparent for the community than the nominating committee, because the nominating committee is appointed by the board. And if you look at the bylaws, the nominating committee is only required to nominate up to the number of open positions on the board. So conceivably, you can have a board that says, you know what, I'm gonna nominate to the nominating committee all my buddies, and they're always gonna make sure that when they put forth candidates, it's always gonna be equal or less to the number of openings. There'll never be an election because there'll never be a sufficient number of candidates, and you'll never. And then nobody gets a chance like tonight to nominate themselves, put their name put their hat in the ring, and run. I mean, so it's the way your bylaws are written. You're right. If they're going to be done to the T, nominating committee, but in practice, they need to get worked on. They need to be amended. To be honest with you.
Well, I mean,
it is. I'm just saying.
that's
You're
true,
right. No,
and I
your
agree.
point's well taken. Your point's well taken.
Thank
I
you.
agree.
Thank you.
But in practice, again, I can only go by what I've been told. What I've been told is nominating committee couldn't be created. There was no interest.
Okay, which
And
is
so we're
false.
doing-
Which is false.
There was a nominating committee.
There was a nominee?
There was just no nominees.
No nominees.
Well, there's no nominees because nobody was informed about that. But, just that's cool. This is not a discussion. This is just, letting you know for the records that it's going to be protested in the DVPR.
I would like to correct Mr. Garcia, because there's always been a nominating committee, and that nominating committee was his son Marco, myself, and Lou. So in case you've forgotten, your son is on the nominated committee meeting along. with-
Really?
Yes, really.
No.
And we need to do the count. Why do you think we need to do the count?
That's not the nominating committee.
Marco, you want the nominating committee meeting along with me and,
Okay.
so we always had one with the, former board, and nothing had changed, as far as I know, it's still Marco myself, so I'm sorry, Mr. Garcia, that is incorrect. It's always been.
Everybody has their own opinion, and yours is respected as well. And yours is respected.
So there's 3 seats available. There's
All right, so
so
we gone?
No, I just want to see how it goes.
There's 3 open seats, as I mentioned, there's 2 nominees. Unless there's anybody else who wants to nominate themselves or anybody else, then there's no need for an election. It's automatically the nominees, as long as they're verified, as long as they don't owe any money, there's no proof of balance, nobody's making balance, nobody's having silver stores, as long as that's verified, then those 3 nominees would, I guess in this case, remain on the board, so. All right, okay.
That's it?
That's it.
Thank you, everybody. As you guys all know, we're finishing the Symphony tomorrow. Mother Nature gives us finish, we will finish tomorrow. The FPNO lights are already approved by Tate County, so any moment now, they can come in and actually change the lights, like we said in other meetings. And after we finish with this, I think the board, we're gonna meet again, but our next, hopefully next project, we'll do it with the fence. So we're gonna start changing. But there's gonna be meeting, that's just, pretty much the goal. So anybody has any questions?
What was the last thing that you said?
Well, Marcus.
The next project, we're gonna start with the wood fence. We'll fix the wood fence all in the houses, because a lot of them are still from the hurricane, Mr. Old. We wanted to do the street first, because the streets are very
On the painting that they did on the top of the wall, they did it on the side of the outside. But then, on the right yard, they did it in the outside.
No, but because he showed me, he said a lot of things, but you gotta do the whole white. As long as you don't touch the white, you can leave. Like inside your.
We painted our inside last year. And we were told that to paint the top part for the car.
Sí, lo que se ve no fue.
But also, like a month ago, where they painted that part in white, or whatever they want with the. On the other side, they, on that part, you see, like,
Vamos, Marcus.
yeah, it's not empty. It's not empty.
You want me to go? You can go outside. I was gonna tell him something. I was gonna.
Oh, wait, I'm backing you up, everything you say.
No, that's fine. But I was gonna go to him and speak to them.
Well, when it's over,
Yeah.
that's fine.
They did it, but a whole yard for our side.
Because they weren't supposed to, lo que no se ve de adentro.
Pero they did. No, but they did an attempt. They did an attempt. They did that. I said, but I mean, when you were here, all of my friends, just wait.